Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I will be reviewing the Cartier Tank Must SolarBeat watch. Small size, reference WSTA0119 in stainless steel with a leather band for ladies. I will tell you a little bit about the history, give you a brief overview, then tell you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start with the overview. Well, Cartier itself as a brand has been around for a very long time, one of the longest standing brands. They do not only watches, but also jewelry, clothing, etc. They do a lot of different things. Actually, clothing, I'm not sure. They do many little knickknacks. Anyways, they're a massive company. And in terms of watch sales, number one is Rolex, of course, but you may be surprised to know that number 2 and 3 are Omega and Cartier. Yes, that's right. They are number two and three in terms of sales. So that is a massive company, bigger in sales than even Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, or Richard Mille. So definitely they're one of the big players. And you can see why, because their designs are amazing and the brand itself is quite awesome. Okay, with that said, how did the tank come about? Well, the tank style, or this rectangular style, has been around since 1917. So that makes it, what, about 100 years old or so? That's right. And they are one of the first, maybe even the first major company to do an asymmetric watch, as in rectangle. 85% of the watches in the world are circular. Cartier is one of the few brands that does a lot of asymmetric. Actually, most of their watches are asymmetric. I can only think of their Ballon Bleu as being circular. So almost all their watches are some kind of strange shape, square, or asymmetric, or rectangular, so on. Okay, with that said, since it's been around for 100 years, there's tons and tons of variations out there in different dial colors, case material, band, etc., etc. Okay, all right. Now, with that said, let's start moving and talking about this one. Why is this one special? Well, this one is, as I said at the very beginning, called the SolarBeat. I'll explain what that means in a little bit, but it makes this one the most recent iteration of the tank, and I think it's a testimony to Cartier's innovation to take a 100-year-old design and bring it into the 2025 year. And how they did that, well, I'll explain to you in a little bit. Okay, let's start first by talking about the case. Now, Cartier actually makes this exact same watch in a quartz movement, which is a traditional movement that has been around since, like, I think the 70s, 80s, or something like that. And the quartz movement, all that means is it is run by batteries. Just like any other electronic device, you put a battery in it, it runs and it tells the time. Not much to say about that. And that has been done for, I don't know, like I said, something since the 80s, something like that. And so that technology is old, but it's tried, true, and tested. And they have this exact same version with that. Now, the case dimensions on this one is 29.5 millimeters from 12 to 6, and then 22 millimeters from 3 to 6. All right, and the thickness is a very, very thin, 6.6 millimeters. That is because this is using a quartz movement. Okay, and the material itself is steel, and at the crown it uses this, I believe it's a blue Cabochon, but it might just be a blue something. But anyways, it does match the hands, by the way, which I guess we could talk about the next part, which is, let's not finish that yet. Continue on the case. It has this very typical, beautiful case design, timeless design, by the way, of the tank, which is this rectangular shape, these sort of elongated lugs that pass from the case directly into the strap. It's a very nice design. And actually can be worn by both a man or a woman, not in this size, but for women, they could wear the small, men, they could wear the large, and still, it's a very timeless design, very beautiful. And as I said, they make it in many variations. This one's in steel, so it makes it the most rugged. You could wear this, actually you could wear this with suits, many things. All right, let's move on here and talk about the dial, which is actually going to be part of the movement, which I'll talk about. In typical Cartier fashion, Cartier loves to do black Roman numerals. They do it on their other ones, the Panther and the Tank and many others. And they loved, when I say Roman numerals, it looks like the 12, you know, you see this 1, 2, 3. These are not sticks, they're not dots, they're not indexes, they're Roman numerals. And they love to do the hands in this blue sword hand. So the hands look like an actual sword, but they're in blue, which matches the crown, by the way. That's not where this watch is so special, though. Which leads me to the second part of this, or the next part, which is the movement. Now, the movement is under this dial, and what is special about it is that it is a SolarBeat. Now, what is a SolarBeat? It is basically a battery that can be solar charged by the sun, or, by the way, actual light from your lamp. You can even charge it from there. So what happens? Well, I went to look on the Cartier website to see how all this stuff works. There's the glass, of course, and then underneath that you have the dial, and then but the dial is a micro perforated dial. So the dial is perforated to let light through, and underneath the dial is a photovoltaic cell, which helps to absorb the energy of the light and to charge the battery behind it, which is in the movement. And it can, which is crazy, when it's fully charged, it can allow the watch to work for 24 months, 2 years, which is, by the way, the same time frame as a regular quartz battery. So normally on a quartz battery, you have to change it every 2 years or whatever it is, something around there. But in this case, you don't have to do that because the battery can be charged with just 2 hours, by the way, of direct sunlight per month. It's not even that much. Or sorry, yeah, 2 hours of sunlight per month. So it's pretty crazy, you know. And if you do that, everybody walks outside, I think, at least 2 hours per month. If you just do that, then the watch will charge itself, and it can last, get this, up to 16 years. That is so long. It's crazy long. So for all intents and purposes, I mean, that's I mean, most people won't even wear the watch that long. So that's a darn long time. Okay, and by the way, as I said earlier, you don't actually have to even have direct sunlight. It takes 2 hours of direct sunlight to charge it, but you could actually even have indirect sunlight, or you could even have just regular light. It's going to take longer for artificial light, but it can still be done. So basically, just wear this watch or leave it outside of, in ambient light, and it will charge. You don't even have to wear it, because you just leave it on your desk where the lamp is, and it will charge. Crazy, right? All right. Anyways, that is the movement. Now let's move on to the strap here. The strap here is the leather strap. It's a basic tang buckle or pin buckle. The strap is actually interchangeable. You could, if you wear it and it wears out, you could, change it. It has this quick release strap. You can actually choose different color straps. And since the dial itself is white, if you felt like wearing a red one or green one, purple one, blue one, whatever it is, you can actually swap that out. So it's kind of nice too. Okay, anyways, that's it. So time to try this watch on my wrist. Now, I'm a man. This is for a woman because of the size. They also make a men's size. And what are my thoughts on it? Well, the retail price on this as of 24 is only $3,300. So it's not a whole lot of money. I mean, it is a lot of money, but not a lot of money for a watch, especially from a brand like Cartier. So it's an entry level, but it still has the iconic look of the Cartier Tank, which is what you see. And at a price point that is very reasonable. And it's a watch that does not need to be changed. The battery, it has new technology. It's got a lot of things going for it. So at the price point and everything, for someone who wants to have a very classy watch and doesn't have a lot of, really high-end watches, this was a great place to start. So I'm going to give it a recommendation. Please click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.